Most big-name directors didn't start with million-dollar sets or studio backing. They started small, sometimes really small. Weird horror flicks, TV movies, or student projects held together with glue and luck. No hype, no expectations, just a camera, a few ideas, and a lot of figuring it out along the way. Before the fame, they were just trying to make something, anything, that worked. Here's a look at 5 obscure movies made long before their directors became household names. Let's roll it back to where the legends really began. Duel, 1971. Steven Spielberg. Before the shark, before the aliens, Spielberg gave us a truck, and somehow, he made that terrifying. Duel was a made-for-TV thriller about a salesman being hunted by a faceless trucker in the desert. That's it. And yet Spielberg turns it into a white-knuckle ride. Just a car, a truck, and relentless paranoia. What makes Duel incredible isn't what's on screen. It's how much Spielberg does with so little. Long stretches with no dialogue. A truck that becomes a character in itself. This wasn't just a test run for Jaws. It was the blueprint. Hollywood noticed. And just like that, the kid who directed a killer truck movie was on his way to directing a killer shark movie. Piranha II, The Spawning, 1982. James Cameron. You've heard of Titanic and Avatar, but long before that, James Cameron made flying mutant piranhas. Yes, flying. Piranha 2 was a sequel nobody asked for, with a production even Cameron wanted to forget. Hired and fired mid-shoot, he allegedly broke into the editing room at night just to finish his own cut. It's a mess, but a fascinating one. Buried under the chaos were glimpses of future James, obsession with underwater horror, sharp camera work in tight spaces, and monsters gone wild. Even here, he was clearly itching to push boundaries. It's bad, but it's bold. And the guy who wrangled flying fish here would go on to sink the biggest ship in movie history, and then break box office records on another planet. Braindead, 1992. Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson made one of the bloodiest movies in history before even thinking about hobbits. Braindead, aka Dead Alive, is pure chaos. Zombie priests, undead nurses, a lawnmower massacre. This thing makes Evil Dead look restrained.
I kick ass for the Lord!
But here's the twist. It's not just gore for gore's sake. Jackson's early work is packed with craftsmanship, wild creativity, and a total love for filmmaking. You can feel it in every splatter and scream. The puppets, the practical effects, the absurd energy. It's all handcrafted, all in camera. It's like Looney Tunes meets Lucio Fulci. And somehow, this guy went from rat monkeys to Oscar gold. That's one hell of a career arc. Dark Star, 1974. John Carpenter. Before Halloween. Before The Thing. John Carpenter made a space comedy about a sentient bomb having an existential crisis.
What the hell is he doing?
I think he's talking to it.
Dark Star started as a student film, stretched into a feature with almost no money, but lots of talent. It's clunky and weird, also very 1970s. But it's as well quietly brilliant. You've got beach balls as aliens, or debates with sentient explosives, and a tone that flips from absurd to bleak on a dime. Dan O'Bannon, who co-wrote and starred in it, would go on to write Alien. You can literally trace that franchise back to Dark Star's cramped, lived-in ship and biting tone. It's lo-fi sci-fi done with heart, humor, and just enough stoner logic to keep you guessing. THX 1138, 1971. George Lucas. Most people think George Lucas started with Space Wizards, but before the rebellion, there was repression. THX 1138 is sterile, and about as far from Star Wars as you can get. It's set in a dystopian future where emotion is illegal, individuality is erased, and everyone's sedated into obedience. Like Orwell, but with chrome hallways and cold silence. It's slow and strange, but also visionary. Lucas builds a fully immersive world with minimal dialogue and maximum control. That obsession with world-building, technology, and myth, you see the seed of all that right here. THX was his thesis, and Star Wars was the remix. Every blockbuster genius had to start somewhere, and sometimes somewhere meant flying fish, evil trucks, or depressed bombs in outer space. If you dug this trip into cinematic origins, hit that like button, drop a comment with your favorite weird early film, and make sure you're subscribed. Cult Rewind is continuing its journey. Until next time,